You're such an asshole!
Hello, Mr. Cleary. The other day I was talking to a friend that just returned from the Special Forces service, and we talked about my career paths in accounting. He asked me if I ever considered joining federal law enforcement as a special agent with a specialty in accounting. I said no, because most accountants go into private industry after they pay their dues in public accounting. He then gave me a list of agencies that hire accountants as special agents: the IRS, FBI, U.S. Marshals, Department of State's, SEC. I said, dude, you'd be amazed. I mean, working in banking, the U.S. Postal Service has armed agents. The OCC, Office of Comptroller of the Currency, Treasury Department. There are, in general, and explaining why or its genesis, you have various government agencies that are not just about law, but then also regulation and enforcement. Like banking, you have to regulate the bankers, obviously. And to add teeth or to go and get evidence and stuff, and I saw this a lot during the housing crisis and the housing crash, is in comes the postal office with their agents. And why? Because these criminal banker scumbags would use the postal office. They say, hey, we got evidence. So you'd be surprised how many, in general, federal agents there are where you're sent, you are a sworn officer, you're an agent, and you get to carry a gun, and you think post office, Treasury Department, aren't those kind of nerds? Fuck, the Treasury Department has the Secret Service that protect the president. So there's a lot. I was surprised myself. I'm like, what? Really? Armed agents? No kidding. So it's kind of cool. Like, yeah, if you're kind of the finance or accounting geek, or an IT or cybersecurity or programming or computer forensic scientist type of geek, you might want to think about applying for some of these federal agencies or agent positions. So they're out there, and this is what this guy's talking about. But they're being, obviously IRS, FBI, Marshals, whatever. But you'd be surprised how many other departments within the federal government have like an armed an armed officer investigative department. I saw a lot of them deal with issues of financial warfare against terrorist organizations and organized crime. Over the months, I realized what interests me most about accounting is how cartels and terrorist organizations such as Hamas fund themselves. Now, I couldn't verify when he made this statement, but the other plus he said was being an armed accountant, you're required to be in physical shape as part of the job. Call me shallow, but fitness is important to me. I want to maintain my ripped body over the long haul. There you go. My question to you is, how do I build connections with people that do this type of work? Unfortunately, when I go to LinkedIn, these special agents are hidden for obvious reasons, such as they work undercover, and my other accounting contacts do not know anything about this particular niche. Yeah, people sitting over at Pete Marwick don't know me. Like, the debits equal the credits? Yay! We are good accountants. I also don't want to blow my cover with the connections I made at the Big Four, that I intend to use them and leave after my 3 to 4 year stint with them. So I don't want to ask too many questions around this niche with them either. Second question. Okay, so let me answer that. I don't know how to build connections in that field, other than hopefully my network. When I send this out here on the interwebs, there'll be some people who work in the field that'll tell you how to develop connections. I talked to Chad Elkins, our good friend and buddy CPA. I did research online, and there's basically how to apply for these positions, what type of field you want. But building up actual networks and networking, dude, I'm the last guy. I could not network to save my life. Like, I cannot go to networking meetings and hobnobs. Frankly, I want to shoot everybody that goes to networking. Hi, how you doing? I'm Jim McJimmerson the fourth. So, you're interested in sales? Like, no, I'm interested in making money and never answering to an asshole like you again. I need to eat. That's why I'm here. So, the networking, I do not know. But I'll try my best. I'll give you some ideas, and then hopefully people down in the comment section below will tell you. Second question. If you were in my shoes, would you take the pay cut to join one of these agencies listed above if you could be an armed accountant? If you have any knowledge about this particular niche, I would love to hear it. Name your price for a video, and I'll send it to you promptly. All right, there's what I know, there's what Chad Elkins tell me, and then there's what the research is. All right, there are 3 things you're going to want to do outside of networking that are going to help boost your chances. All right, first, your education, which you already have your degree in accounting. I think you got your CPA if you're working for the Big Four. And it can be accounting, but then also it could be, basically, you want forensics. You want to be good at accounting to find fraud, to find embezzlement, stuff like that. And you want to be good at IT, computers, cybersecurity, and computer forensics. That's the two main ones where you can find proof that these people are doing something illegally, either through accounting or through computer evidence, right? So in your case, it would be accounting. You probably want to be an audit or tax. So you can find, like, are they cheating on their taxes? Are they shipping money overseas? What's going on there? And then computers, where you grab somebody's laptop or hard drive and you can pull the data. You can see where transactions are going. You can salvage information, some a little bit more hands-on rather than accounting. Second thing, physical shape. We're not even talking federal agents. We're just talking security. My God, stay in physical shape for so many reasons. But if you want to work in any kind of law enforcement related field, guys, you can't be these limp dick fucking millennial pussies who can't throw a grenade more than 20 feet. I mean, hell, they came out with that article not too long ago where they're going to get rid of grenade tossing because these soy boys can't throw the fucking grenades. There was also the girls who can't throw the grenades either. So, and I know working security, my boss, I can't find people who are in physical. And I'm a scrawny guy. I'm not a big guy. But by God, your leg will be. I might be dead, but you're going to be missing a limb. So, I mean, I will provide some kind of a security value and force. Some people, my gosh, just boop. And so you need to be in physical shape. When you walk in there and you look like, some fat, dopey, skinny, fat soy boy, they're not going to hire you. They're actually going to be unconsciously, physically revolted by you. So you need to be in physical shape. And then the third thing is some kind of military experience. They know you're physically trained. They know you know how to use weapons. You're kind of in that field. And it doesn't have to be specifically military, though that would certainly help. But you could be join the police reserves. You could be part-time cop, community officer. Even security would help, but I'd kind of draw the line. Security isn't real work. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. But I would join the reserves, go GI Bill, go ROTC. Something where you are in the military, like this guy knows how to fire a weapon. This guy knows how to, fight at least or defend himself. So I would have some kind of experience, and then all of a sudden, these agencies come a knocking if you get special forces, then you have a CPA and you are a sniper for the SEALs. You're 38. We have a job for you when you get a little too old to keep with the youngies. You come talk to us. So those three things there: physical shape, some kind of military or paramilitary experience, and then education and accounting or the world of IT, computers, programming, stuff like that. They would do that. So even a minor if you could take classes, I know no one ever said anything like this, but if you could take a class on forensics, like how to track data, something like that, data recovery, even if it's just the certification or something like that, I'd put that on the resume. Something to show, because when you take your computer science programming, you went to some coding boot camp or whatever, if you, on top of that you say, I have this specialty in data recovery or computer forensics or cybersecurity, something like that, then you're gonna come up on the radar. Now, the next thing, I talked to Chad Elkins, and he's like, you just apply for those positions, because he knew some people as well, and what they did is, yes, they were accounting majors, they were computer-related majors, but then they applied. They're like, no, I want to become an agent at the IRS, at the OCC, at the U.S. Postal Service, at the FBI, whatever. And they have their own training. They're going to train you as an agent, all right? But you don't do law enforcement. You don't do criminology. None of that bullshit. But what's good about the two general fields that are going to help you land a gig at these federal agencies is that they are more than perfect and adequate plan Bs. You get your CPA, you can obviously go work for the Big Four. Heck, go work for the Big Four, get some experience in audit and tax. Then that even adds a little bit more value when you go and apply to the federal agencies. You may even want to do that, but of course apply directly fresh out of college. Same thing with IT and computer forensics and all that. Those have well-paying careers unto themselves. And yes, you're probably going to make less as an agent than you are working for the Big Four, working for some hoity-toity high-end IT firm. Your second question, though, if you were in my shoes, would you take the pay cut to join one of these agencies listed above? You could be an armed accountant. Hell yes, absolutely. Do it while you're young. You don't need that much money. It's going to be more interesting bringing down the bad guys. This is what I want to do. I want to be an economic espionage agent. The CIA would be hiring people who were, quote, economists, and that ended up being a lie, where you would go behind enemy lines and you'd this was back in the first Iraq war, where we would inflate the economy beforehand. You just hand out, I think it was Iraqi dinars or dinars, that was the currency, and you'd cause economic chaos. So you hyperinflate the economy. You do all this, not psyops, but economic warfare is essentially what you would do. But yeah, they don't take. Yeah, that's nice, kid. No. If you were if you were in the a Marine, and then you had a degree in economics, and then they're more likely to hire you. They're not going to hire this kid like, I got a degree in economics. Oh, yeah, nice for you. All right. So if you have your experience and you are in physical shape, I would think about joining. Contact them. Send a resume in now. If you don't hear back from them, and God, you could send your resume to a bunch of different agencies because there's multiple agencies that have that. Send in your resume, but then I would think about joining the National Guard or the reserves, part-time, because you have your daytime career. But if you did that, that would, and then apply again, they'd be like, oh, military experience, huh? And then, he's got 4 years auditing at, whatever you're at, Pete Marwick or Price Waterhouse. That would add a little bit. And then maybe some accounting, can you specialize? There's got to be some seminars you could take on forensic accounting. There's got to be. I would add that to your resume. But the networking guy, I have no idea, dude. I wish I could answer that. I mean, you can go to the networking events. You can go, hey, come to the United States Treasury's Hire-a-thon. Fly into D.C. and meet Bob Bobs, and we'll talk about how we're going to hire affirmative action hires all the time. That's it. All right. Hope that helped out. Hope that gave you an idea. But yeah, dude, I would totally do it. And if anything, I would love to. My skills are a little bit rusty, but man, because I remember that the feds coming in and auditing the banks I worked for, and I would have been. I'd rather be on their team, just shoving my fist up these banker scum's asses, just saying, "Oh yeah, you did that. Oh, what about that fuck face? Oh yeah, you're the president. Yeah, fuck you." So, all right, that's it. You guys got questions? Captain's got answers. America Older Brother over at assholeconsulting.com. Check out the books, Bachelor Economics Worthless and Enjoy the Decline. And Curse of the High IQ. Those are on Amazon.com. And check out the Clary Podcast at SoundCloud.com. We'll see you all later. Toodles.